Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jay. He's Maddie. This is Yankee and the Brit Sports Talk. And today we're going to give you our top 5 rookies so far this year. But Maddie, for all the people who like memes, like debates, like more content, don't you think they should go over and check out Savage Football Memes?
It's where I get all my best memes from to send to none of my footballing friends because none of them like football. But it's where I do get to argue with people all the time. So if anybody wants to argue with me, either do it on our video or go find us over there, where we'll probably be spouting some shit about a terrible take that we have at some point and defending us for, well, it's usually me for saying the Raiders were going to go like 2-15 or whatever I said at the start of the year. But yeah, go find us over there and argue with us over there. That's always fun.
Yes. On to a crazy top 5 this week, because when we decided to do it, it didn't register that there was going to be this many dudes that I was trying to figure out how to get into the top 5. So there's some people left out that I can't believe didn't even make the top 5. And I know people are going to be mad at me, but I'm just going to jump in right away with my number 5 guy, Jamar Chase, 50 catches, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, my number 5 rookie. And before I started the list, I'm going to tell you, I thought he was in the top 3 and he ended up at 5.
I can't believe you've got him that low. I've got him higher than that. I thought it would be way higher than that. But yeah, Jamar Chase, an absolute stud. He's going to be a wide receiver in this league for a long time to come, especially with Joe Burrow quarterbacking for him. Those two are a lethal combination. Number 5 for me, I have the Rock of the Kansas City offensive line for 15 years to come. Creed Humphrey, the center, playing at Kansas City.
Actually, the funny thing is him and another guy I don't want to give away yet were in the mix for number 5 for me. So once you see my list, you'll probably understand more how he just didn't make it on the fringe.
Yeah, but honestly, Creed Humphrey is...
Great pick.
The guy where you want to kind of... We said it at the time when they picked him. We remember saying that at the time. I was like, yeah, that's their guy. That's with the work that they did on the offensive line in the offseason. Like, yeah, that makes so much sense. And he'll have a great relationship with Patrick Mahomes for years to come. He had a couple of amazing blocks on the outside against Denver yesterday, where last week, I don't know when this is getting released, but yesterday when we're filming it, he's mobile and he's just consistent. He's like Taylor Biadasz is mobile, but he's just not consistent. He's everything I want Taylor Biadasz to be.
And PFF has him rated in the 90s as a rookie center, which is really great. I mean, I think he's a great pick, and he was almost in my top 5, so you got no arguments for me.
Yeah, man. Who's number 4 for you?
Okay, let's go back to the offensive line, and this is how your guy didn't make the list of mine. It's Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle, 90th pass blocking rating, PFF. He's 87 rushing, and the reason he made the list instead of your guys is because he's protecting the blind side, and that's it.
Yeah, and that makes total sense. That makes total sense. Rashawn Slater is an incredible offensive lineman. He's going to be great. It's strange. It's strange to think. It's strange to think. I love Jamar Chase, but I'm looking at the Bengals yesterday. I'm thinking, would they not have preferred Rashawn Slater still? But they would have picked Penei Sewell, so they probably will have preferred Jamar Chase. But it's not that Penei Sewell's having a bad season. It's the fact he's playing for the Detroit Lions is the problem. But Rashawn Slater was, like everybody was saying, Penei Sewell's the number 1 guy. Penei Sewell's the number 1 guy. Rashawn Slater's come out and has shown he should have been the number 1 guy. He's having a great year.
So where you got it, number 4?
Mac Jones, I have at number 4. A bit low on a lot of people's estimations.
Probably. A bit low for mine, but okay.
But I just think the reason he has so much influence on a game is because he plays quarterback rather than anything else. And I don't think, like, quarterback, hardest position in the league, no doubt.
That's why he's way higher for me. But yeah,
no doubt. It. But just and if I'm picking best players in the NFL, I'll probably go for quarterbacks and say, yeah, because they're a quarterback and they lead the team. But with rookies, I don't think it's necessarily fair to make their position the reason that obviously if there's a rookie fullback who's having a great season as a fullback, then the quarterback's going to be picked over the top of him. But I just think the fact that they're a quarterback shouldn't be the reason I have them over the top of somebody. And when you see my top three, you'll understand that these guys are having better seasons at their position than Mac Jones is. Mac Jones has been everything we've wanted him to be and everything we said he would be as soon as he went to the Patriots. It's just, I don't think he's got much more than this. I think this is his. And if this is his ceiling, they're good. This is exactly what we said about him.
And I don't think this is his ceiling, but we'll get more into it. The only reason, and I don't have a problem with the way you did it. For me, the reason a quarterback gets higher is because he is actually the only player on the offense who has to know every position and what they're doing. Yep. Like as a receiver, you just need to know yours. There's something about mentally that makes that position so hard that I did let the position dictate some of where I put him. Yep. But I don't have a problem with the way you did it. Number 3, I got your boy, Patrick Surtain II. And let me say 3 picks, 11 pass defended, and a touchdown. He's balling out. He's the best corner maybe on his team right now. He's playing out of his mind. So I got Patrick Surtain II at number 3.
Patrick Surtain would have been my boy if it wasn't for the person who is in this list also.
But I still like him. That was my point. I'm a fan of what he does.
I love Patrick Surtain. I think he's an incredible cornerback. I don't have him in my top 5. He's my 6. Players, man. He's my 6. He's my 6. That's very good. He's my 6th best player, and you'll see when I've picked these guys why. Just I think Creed Humphrey. The reason I've got him below Creed Humphrey is I think Creed Humphrey tricks me into thinking he's not a rookie because of how he plays. Whereas Patrick Surtain, corner is probably the hardest position to play in the NFL in terms of you'll be made to look stupid at least once or twice a game. So if you make rookie mistakes at corner, they're really on show a lot of the time. But Creed Humphrey at center hasn't made any rookie mistakes that I can see. Whereas I see Patrick Surtain, but he will, like, as soon as he'll have like Trayvon Diggs in his second year. It'll be like that, but Patrick Surtain can do even bigger things than Trayvon Diggs.
All right. Well, moving on to number 2.
Oh, I haven't got my number 3 yet.
Oh, yeah. Look at me jumping you. I don't even care about yours, man. Fuck your picks. We're just moving on. Go ahead. Sorry.
I've got a guy that we've already spoken about. I have Jamar Chase in at number 3. Jamar Chase, there's not really much more we need to say about him. He's probably going to be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL for some years to come.
Okay, the reason I got so ahead of myself is because this is the one I'm waiting for you to come at me for. So I wanted to get to it because number 2, defensive player of the year, hands down, Micah Parsons. 20 tackles, 10 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Pass rushing rate is 3rd in the NFL. Micah Parsons, hands down, defensive player of the year, number 2.
The only reason that Mac Jones is going to get rookie of the year over Micah Parsons.
Well, they do offensive defense, so both of them should get it. But yes.
Yeah. Micah Parsons will get defensive rookie of the year. Mac Jones will probably get offensive rookie of the year. But if it's rookie of the year, the only reason Mac Jones will get it is if he goes further than the Cowboys in the playoffs, which is fair enough. Like, all right.
I disagree. I think the position alone gets him. I think that's what it is. I do.
Do you not think, right, when you watch Mac Jones is a great player, he's having an amazing season, he's done exactly what we want him to do, he's metronomic, he's runs that offense like it's exactly what I said with Creed Humphreys, where he tricks you into forgetting he's a rookie. If there wasn't so much chat about him being a rookie all the time, you wouldn't.
The reason Micah Parsons is 2 for me is because a quarterback influences a game way more than a defensive lineman or linebacker. That's it.
That's just what I was going to get onto, though. Sometimes when you watch the Cowboys in a few games this season, it looks like Micah Parsons has the most influence on the game whatsoever. He's in the backfield.
Who would you rather have, Micah Parsons or Dak, if you had to get rid of one of them?
See, me having to think. That's how close it is.
That's crazy to me that you even have to think. Because to me, if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And in the whole eventuality of everything, I think it would be Dak. But Micah Parsons is that kind of. I'm not saying he is it right now, but he has the ability to be that kind of defensive player that will win you games by him being great as well.
Oh, I agree.
But 100%. And you saw Jared Goff got to a Super Bowl because he had Aaron Donald on his defense. So, but he also had Sean McVay calling plays into his ears. So you know what I mean. It'd probably be Dak, but
who you got at number 2?
Rashawn Slater. I've got a number 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I got Rashawn. I'm giving the guys
two. Big Slater fan. That's who I wanted with the Vikings. Now I'm happy with Darisaw except for the injuries, but I was a huge Slater fan going into the draft, so I love that pick at number 2.
Darisaw could have been up there this season if it wasn't for the injuries that he sustained. But Rashawn Slater is he's a pro left tackle. He's not a rookie left tackle. He's a pro. He's an absolute pro. The Los Angeles Chargers offensive line is solid for the first time in about 5 years. And it's because they've anchored down left tackle with a guy who's an absolute animal. Like, he's going to be a perennial Pro Bowler. I'll be upset if he's not in the Pro Bowl this year. I'll be pissed. Like, I will genuinely be upset.
Yeah, I would have to think of the other tackles in the AFC, but I don't see how he doesn't make it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you see what I mean? Like, if a rookie left tackle gets into the Pro Bowl in his first season, he's got to be something else. And that's why I think I've got Mac Jones much lower, because Mac Jones is having a great year, but nobody's taking him to the Pro Bowl for AFC quarterbacks. Whereas all the other guys on my list, I'll be pissed if they don't go to the Pro Bowl this year.
Well, part of the reason I got Mac Jones number 1 is because he is leading the best team in the AFC right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he's got almost 3,000 yards, 16 touchdowns. They've won 6 games in a row. They're 7 out of 8. And he's only thrown 3 picks in the last 6 games.
Oh, don't worry. He's a fucking fantastic player. He should go, right. He should go to the Pro Bowl, but the quarterbacks that they're in the AFC are Patrick Mahomes, who Mac Jones is having a better season than, but imagine the fans not selecting Patrick Mahomes to go to the Pro Bowl. It's why the Pro Bowls are fixed, but Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, like, there's a spot maybe at 4 for him. Maybe.
And I technically think if you really look at the teams, and not to shit on the other guys, but especially the last couple of weeks, he's playing better than Lamar. He's playing better than Josh
Mahomes.
Allen, who can come out tonight and shut us the fuck up.
Yeah, no. I 100% agree with you, but you know which three out of those 4 are going to the Pro Bowl over Mac Jones. And that's largely just because of the way the Pro Bowl works, which is stupid.
I'm going to put on my Swami hat and take a guess that you got Micah Parsons number 1.
Micah Parsons is my number 1 overall pick. Micah Parsons is.
Wait 1 second. I got 0 problem with him being number 1. So as all you Cowboy fans come out in great numbers to crush me for putting Mac Jones over him, I still have no problem with Micah Parsons being number 1.
If there's one fan group that knows how to throw hate on any of our picks, right? Every time I post in the Dallas Cowboys thing, I have to explain that I'm a Cowboys fan. Every single time.
Oh, they come out in groups too. They don't hit you one at a time. They hit you like 15 at a time.
It's because they're America's team, so there's so fucking many of them that they just like. But it's honestly just. And I swear, Facebook puts anything with the Cowboys' name in it at the top of everybody's newsfeed. I swear it must be, because everybody sees that shit all at the same time. It's why news agencies just only talk about the Cowboys. It's why in Britain you'll find a lot of Cowboys fans, because they're the only team we can watch all the time, and they're the only team who gets.
If there's nothing to talk about, we're talking about Lakers, Cowboys. That's it.
Yeah. And my dad was a Cowboys fan. He started being a Cowboys fan in 85 or around there, because they were the team that he could get on the radio that he listened to under his cover when he should have been sleeping. before, like he should have been sleeping in his little townhouse in Wales. They were the only team that he could hear on the radio because they were the only team getting covered. But anyway, Micah Parsons is the best linebacker in the league.
Okay.
And that makes him the top rookie because
he
he's
is
the best in
definitely
his position.
This isn't a slide. He's definitely one of the top outside linebackers in the league. They're two different positions almost when you come to inside. I do think he could play inside easily, but that would take away from his greatness because he's great coming after the quarterback. 10 sacks, 20 plus tackles, like really 2 forced fumbles, 3rd passer rating as a linebacker. So he's rushing the quarterback at the 3rd best rate from the linebacker position. He's a meat monster.
Yeah, I think he's something like one of 3 people to get. How many sacks has he got? It's something like it's 15 tackles for a loss and 10 sacks since Joey Bosa did it in 2016. And Joey Bosa is a defensive end.
He is so fast.
Yeah.
That okay, so one time I saw in the beginning of the game, I saw Taysom Hill blow right past it, right? And I was like, wow. But there was 2 times I watched Micah Parsons outrun Taysom Hill, and it wasn't even fucking close, and Taysom's fast.
It's what it is if you watch this, everybody watch this, because this is a demonstration of what wide receiver speed looks like in a linebacker. It shows you the difference because you're not used to seeing his speed in a linebacker. And that's why you just think, oh, that's normal, but it's not. Watch him close down a quarterback from 2 steps away from the quarterback in the time it takes the quarterback to throw the ball. Like he should have more sacks than he does, but he's coming from so far back that he's coming from so far back. He ends up getting there so quickly that by the time the guy's pulled his arm back, so quarterback pulls his arm back, Micah Parsons is there before his arms come forward. That's how.
And what does he weigh? 240?
Yeah. Watch the close down, and he rarely misses a tackle, which is something new for the Cowboys team this year. That they need to improve their tackling. It's fucking horrendous. But Micah Parsons does not miss a tackle whatsoever. I can't think of a big time tackle that he's missed. It could be because he's just flying about somewhere else and is just nowhere near the play because dude's only got eyes for the quarterback a lot of the time. But he's something else. Like the guy is just a different breed at linebacker. He's something else.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I mean, like I said, I figured we'd have different reasoning, but we'd be close to the same.
I knew you had Mac Jones as the first one. I knew you wouldn't put a Cowboy at the top. See this, Cowboys Nation? This is the hate that we're feeling every single day. Get on, his name's Jason J.
Jump on me. I love it. At Jason J. You can find it below.
At Jason J. He hates the Cowboys. He said to me the other day that Tony Romo's the worst quarterback he's ever seen in his entire life. That's not true.
That's the Cowboys quarterback, the only Cowboys quarterback I stick up for because he's from Wisconsin. So, but I will say I've been accused of being a Packer fan lately too.
Yeah, that's weird. Weird. With all the Vikings memorabilia stuck behind your head, but you know.
Yeah, well, as soon as you put the Packers as the #1 team in football, they're like, you homer.
I know. I never post any of that stuff in the Cowboys things because we'll get told off by Cowboys fans immediately.
You did a pretty good job arguing with everybody over your top 5 wide receivers, man.
Had a fucking great time. That was so nice. Everybody was so polite. Everybody's so nice to me. I don't understand why they hate you so much. They just like every time I get in an argument, it's nice.
One, you're British for some reason. They think you guys are nice. And 2, I think people are starting, I said this before, realize that Jason Jay's comments are the Yankee from the Yankee and the Brit, and they're starting to put 2 and 2 together. So they're like, oh, you're that dude.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. One world, one love. Deuces.
Cheerio.